Welcome to our podcast, where conversations dive deep into the provocative, the fancy, quirky, and capricious. Today's new release of Season 1, Episode 3, freshly crafted for you, presents Explore Maverick's Cove, where sustainability meets purpose. We take a closer look at this new Think to Do tank in the healthcare, fashion, and textile industries. Featuring your host and author, Captain JR, with our speakers, Robert and Joanna. Buckle in as we dive deep into the minds of today's Mavericks.
Welcome back to the deep dive. This time we're going to be looking at Maverick's Cove.
The Maverick's Cove.
Yeah, have you heard of this?
I have heard of it. It's pretty new, right?
Very new. Launched just this month, actually, by Digit PaxMentis Publishing.
Right.
And it's an independent publication channel that is making some waves.
Interesting.
Yeah, particularly within the fashion and healthcare industries.
Okay.
With this unique approach to sustainability.
Yeah. You know what's really interesting to me is it's not just like a surface level thing.
Right.
They're really going deep. They're looking at sustainable practices. They're thinking about, conscious consumerism.
Right.
And even mental well-being.
Yeah, they describe themselves as a think to do tank.
Oh, wow.
Which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah, that's intriguing.
So it's not just about brainstorming ideas, it's about actually putting them into action.
Right. More than just the think tank.
Yeah, exactly. Like a laboratory where thought meets practicality.
Yeah, I like that. And that really resonates with their target audience, too.
And who would that be?
Well, it's pretty diverse. We're talking about consumers, obviously, who are becoming more aware of the impact of their choices, but also employees within the fashion and textile industries.
Okay.
Who are looking for, more sustainable practices.
Interesting.
And even B2B players.
Wow.
Seeking to integrate these values into their operations.
This is a pretty wide swath.
Definitely.
Yeah. And what I thought was interesting is they're not trying to be super trendy or preachy.
Well, right.
They're aiming for more of a grounded approach.
I see.
Emphasizing simplifying life, finding a healthy work-life balance.
Yeah. It's like they're pushing back against that constant pressure to be on all the time.
Right.
Which is so refreshing.
Absolutely.
They even talk about reintegrating old-fashioned or lost knowledge.
Oh, wow.
To achieve a more sustainable and mindful lifestyle.
It is a very refreshing perspective.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Let's look back at what worked in the past.
Right.
And see how we can adapt it to our modern lives.
Absolutely. And speaking of looking back, the name Maverick's Cove itself.
Oh, yeah.
It has a fascinating historical connection to Samuel Maverick.
That's right.
He was a 19th century Texan figure.
Yeah. Now, you might be thinking, what does a historical Texan have to do with a modern sustainability platform?
Right. Good question.
Well, get this. Samuel Maverick was known for refusing to brand his cattle. Yeah. Which was very unconventional at the time.
Wow.
He believed it was cruel.
Oh, interesting.
And he preferred to let them roam freely.
So he was a true individualist.
Yeah. And that defiance of convention, that independent spirit, that's where the term Maverick originated.
Wow.
And it's precisely this spirit that Maverick's Cove seems to be channeling.
Yeah.
It's like they're saying, don't just follow the crowd.
Right.
Think for yourself.
Question the norm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And most importantly, act on your convictions.
And that brings us to the methodology behind Maverick's Cove.
Okay.
They call it pre-thinking and rethinking.
Pre-thinking and rethinking.
Yeah, it sounds a bit academic at first glance.
It does.
But it's actually quite a practical approach.
So help me unpack this a little bit.
Yeah.
What exactly does pre-thinking and rethinking involve?
Okay, so imagine you're tackling a complex issue like fast fashion.
Okay.
Pre-thinking would involve really immersing yourself in the topic.
Right.
Researching the history, the current state of the industry, the environmental impact, the social implications.
So you're getting a very thorough understanding of the problem from all angles?
Exactly. Then comes the rethinking phase.
Oh, okay.
Where you challenge assumptions, analyze different perspectives, consider alternative solutions.
So you're not just gathering information, you're actively engaging with it.
Yeah.
And coming up with innovative solutions.
Exactly. And this methodology is reflected in the content Maverick's Cove produces.
Okay.
They go beyond just reporting on trends or problems. They really delve into the why behind the issues.
Sure.
And explore practical ways to address them.
Now let's talk about the driving force behind Maverick's Cove, the company Digit PaxMentis.
Okay.
They're a sole proprietorship based in the Netherlands.
Interesting.
And they own an eco-friendly brand called Palm Peace of Mind. Happy Life.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, and Palm is no ordinary brand.
Okay.
They've set this very ambitious goal.
What's that?
Of becoming a fully eco brand that fulfills 100% of the circular economy definitions by December 2025.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, so that means minimizing waste, maximizing resource use,
Right.
and creating a closed-loop system where products are designed to be reused and recycled.
So sustainability is really ingrained in their DNA.
It really is. And it's filtering down to every aspect of their operation, including Maverick's Cove.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
It's really filtering through everything they do. And it kind of brings us back to that connection between Maverick's Cove and Samuel Maverick himself.
Right.
And they've actually identified 3 core values from his life and legacy that they say resonate strongly with their mission today.
Okay, I am all ears.
Okay, so the first value is individualism and nonconformity.
Okay.
And Samuel Maverick, as we talked about,
Yeah.
he wasn't afraid to go against the grain.
Right.
You know, he didn't brand his cattle because he thought it was cruel.
Right.
Even though that was the norm at the time.
So it's about having the courage to stand up for your beliefs, even when they're unpopular, or challenge the status quo.
Exactly. And you can see this reflected in Maverick's Cove's mission.
Okay.
They're encouraging people to think critically, to question the fast fashion industry, to make conscious choices about their consumption habits.
Yeah.
It's like they're saying, don't just blindly follow trends.
Right.
Be a conscious consumer and make decisions that align with your values.
I love that. It's like they're empowering their audience to become mavericks in their own right.
Exactly. The second value is animal welfare. This one is pretty straightforward. Samuel Maverick's refusal to brand his cattle came from this deep empathy for animals.
Okay.
He didn't want to inflict unnecessary pain on them.
Right. And this connects so well with Maverick's Cove's focus on sustainability.
Yes.
Especially within the fashion industry.
Absolutely. They're shining a light on the ethical treatment of animals within the textile and fashion supply chains.
Right.
They're advocating for more transparency.
Okay.
And encouraging consumers to seek out brands that prioritize animal welfare.
So it's about recognizing that our choices have an impact.
Exactly.
And being mindful of the creatures involved in the products we consume.
Exactly. And the third value they highlight is challenging the status quo.
Okay.
And this goes beyond just being different.
Right.
It's about pushing boundaries and driving positive change.
So Samuel Maverick definitely embodied that.
Yes, he did.
By refusing to conform to the cattle branding norms of his time.
Right.
And Maverick's Cove is kind of doing a similar thing.
Yes.
By challenging the fast fashion industry. And advocating for a more sustainable and mindful approach to consumption?
They're not just talking about the problems.
Right.
They're actively seeking solutions.
Yeah.
They're promoting innovation and encouraging their audience to think outside the box. It's not about tearing down the existing system, but it's about working towards a better future.
Okay.
By challenging the norms that aren't serving us.
It's really inspiring to see how they've taken these historical values and woven them into their modern-day mission.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
And they've taken that essence of what it means to be a maverick.
Right.
And applied it to these contemporary issues like sustainability and conscious consumerism.
It's powerful. And I think that's what makes Maverick's Cove so compelling.
Yeah.
They're not just another platform pushing an agenda. They're offering this space for thoughtful discussion, for exploration, for action. And it's all inspired by this timeless legacy of independence and integrity.
It's a powerful reminder that real change starts with individuals who are willing to question the norm, stand up for what they believe in,
absolutely,
and make a difference.
And they're backing up their words with actions.
Right.
Remember Digit PaxMentis, the company behind Maverick's Cove.
Right.
They're also running a Palm Peace of Mind, Happy Life, with this firm commitment to sustainability.
Yeah.
They're actively working towards a circular economy model, minimizing waste, maximizing resource utilization.
Right. It's not just talk.
It's not.
They're actually walking the walk.
They are.
And that's what sets them apart.
I think so.
It's that genuine commitment that makes their message resonate even more.
It speaks volumes about their authenticity and their dedication to creating a better future, both for the planet and for the people involved in the industries they're addressing.
Yeah. So what does this all mean for our listeners?
That's a great question.
Why should they care about Maverick's Cove?
Right.
And the story of Samuel Maverick?
Well, I think it's a powerful reminder that we all have a little bit of Maverick in us.
Oh, okay.
We all have the potential to think for ourselves, to challenge the status quo, to make a difference in our own unique ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Maverick's Cove is providing a platform for us to explore these ideas, to connect with others who share similar values, and to take action on issues that matter to us.
It's about recognizing that we're not just passive consumers. We have the power to choose, to influence, and to create change. And by embracing that Maverick spirit, we can start to make a real difference in the world around us.
Yeah. It's like they're saying, hey, don't underestimate your own potential.
Right, to make a difference. And they're giving you the tools to do it. You know, with the resources and the insights and the information that they're sharing through Maverick's Cove.
Yeah. Whether it's their articles or their Think to Do tank initiatives or just the conversations that they're sparking.
Yeah. It creates this ripple effect.
It really does.
That goes way beyond just their platform.
And that's where their connection to Samuel Maverick becomes even more profound.
Right.
It's not just about the name or the historical anecdote.
It's about embodying that spirit, that independence, that willingness to stand up for what you believe in.
Even when it's not easy.
Even when it's hard. You know, Samuel Maverick, he didn't set out to become a symbol of unconventionality. He just acted on his convictions. And in doing so, he inadvertently sparked a movement.
And that's the beauty of it.
It is.
It's not about seeking recognition.
No.
It's about staying true to yourself and making choices that align with your values.
And I think that message resonates so deeply today.
It really does.
You know, we're bombarded with all these messages telling us what to buy, what to think, how to live. It's so easy to get lost and just go along with the crowd.
Yeah. But Maverick's Cove is reminding us that we do have a choice.
We do.
We can be conscious consumers.
Absolutely.
We can support ethical and sustainable practices.
Yeah.
We can challenge the norms that are no longer serving us.
We can.
And we can choose to make a difference, however small it may seem.
Every action counts.
It does.
Even the smallest ripple can create a wave of change.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Maverick's Cove, I want to leave you with this thought.
Okay, I'm listening.
How will you embrace your inner Maverick?
Good question.
What steps will you take, however small,
to
make a positive impact on the world around you?
Remember, every action counts.
It does.
And thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Maverick's Cove.
Until next time.
Stay curious, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay true to yourself.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you found your inner peace with our podcast. Keep yourself updated and join us on our next episode. Stay safe and healthy, and have a good day. See you soon.